This is the Roulette Master, and I'm beyond excited to share with you an unbelievable roulette system called Warrior Roulette. It looks fantastic, and today we're going to put it up against a system that I've been using in the casino this week. This is No Boss Roulette, and man, we're going to start with that one first. I'm excited about it as well, and let's see which one of these systems makes the most money in 15 minutes. This is just a $700 bankroll on this one, and all we're doing with No Boss Roulette is waiting for 3 in a row of a dozen, so let's go ahead and spin. We have 2 in a row right now. Let's see if we get a third one. We did not. That's a 10 black, so we just keep spinning. And I recommend you play this on an automated roulette table so you don't even have to spin. You can just sit there, enjoy your drink, talk to people, and have a good time until you see 3 in a row of a dozen. We have 2 in a row right now, so let's spin again and see if we can get our trigger right here. And let's see what we get. That is a 19 red. We don't have it yet. But again, just enjoy yourself while you're waiting. Again, automated roulette, you can just let it keep going on its own. And once you see 3 in a row, you jump on in there and place your bets. That's a 17. We have 2 in a row. So let's keep spinning with No Boss Roulette. And again, I've been very successful with this week. I'm not sure how it works, but it sure does. And that's 3 in a row. So we're going to place $100 on first 12 and $100 on third 12, and let's win our $100 right here. If we don't, we're going to place a $250 bet on each of those. That's a 17 black, and this happens sometimes, and it's okay because I keep winning on the second spin when I'm doing it. So let's put $250 on each, and the only way you can lose is if there's 5 in a row of the same dozen. So let's go ahead and get the win right here. I bet it doesn't hit second 12. And it did not. That's a 28 black. And there you go, $250. Now, if we're in the recovery, we only win 50, but you win 100 each if you win on the first spin. But most of the time, you win on the first spin. Let's keep spinning, and once we have 3 in a row, we will place our bets again. And that is a 23 red. Okay, we're still waiting for that 3 in a row of a dozen again. And the nice thing about this system, too, that I've really noticed is that a lot of bad stuff happens while you're waiting that you miss out on, like a bunch of zeros or, it's something that would be bad for your game. A lot of that stuff happens while you're not betting, and that's cool. And I love when I see that, I didn't bet and something that was catastrophic came up, and that's an 11 black. I'm also going to share with you, and we have 2 in a row now, so let's see if we can get 3. I'm going to share with you another aspect that I've been doing with this that I didn't tell you about in the first video. So that's coming up. There's our 3 in a row. We're going to bet on second and third 12 for 100 each. And let's get our $100 win this time. And here we go. That's a 24 black. And that's our $100 win. Again, this is only a $700 bankroll. We've already made $150. And let's spin again and wait for our next 3 dozen. So here's the other thing that I've been doing with this. So with an automated roulette machine, that usually shows you the last 50 spins, right? And let's keep spinning here. So I'm making sure that before I start, there's a situation in the last 50 spins where we would have lost our $700 bankroll. So we're looking for, something that has already happened that would not have been good recently, if that makes sense. That's a 22 black. And let's keep spinning. And here we go. So if you look at the last 50 numbers and there haven't been 5 in a row of a dozen, or 4 in a row of a dozen and a 0, then just have a drink and relax and wait for something like that to happen. And then once something happens that would have made you lose, let's keep spinning here, then go ahead and start this. And you hope that it doesn't happen again really soon. And that's a 15 black. Okay, let's keep spinning. We'll get our 3 in a row, and then we'll make another $100. And again, I've been using this at the automated roulette machine, and it's been doing fantastic. And I have one little superstition on this as well I need to tell you about. So I've talked to everybody at the G2E convention about automated roulette, and they all tell me that as long as the ball's falling, it's completely legitimate. But I have a little superstition that I use that makes me feel better when I play. We still don't have our 3 in a row. So let me tell you what it is. So for some reason, when I play automated roulette, if I place my bet at the very beginning, like before the ball even starts moving around, I have a tendency to lose more. And if I place my bet in the last 6 seconds before when it says no more bets, when it's about to say no more bets, I seem to do a lot better. Now, I don't know if that's just because I'm luckier or whatever, but it seems like I play better with automated roulette if I let everybody else at the table bet first, and then I put my bets in at the end. So if there is any shadiness to automated roulette, I don't know. I just do that because it seems like the people that place their bets first lose. I don't know why, but you can do that or not do that. But the key is in the waiting for the trigger, and then and you miss out on a lot of bad stuff while you're waiting. And I just get a free drink, sit down, and I've been doing that this week since this video came out, and it's been working. That's a 25 red. And, okay, we have 2 in a row, the third 12. And since you're winning $100 each time, you really don't have to get lots of wins to make it successful. That's a 14 red. And instead of having a massive bankroll like we have with a lot of these systems, it's only a $700 bankroll with 2 bullets. And that's a 31 black. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin again, and here we go. Let's see what we get here. We're waiting for our 3 in a row of a dozen. And boy, this the original video of this is doing unbelievable, and people are really excited about this. So I hope it continues to win. I know I'm going to keep doing it, and let's keep spinning here. And I do feel like they're right when they tell me that automated roulette is not rigged. When I go to that G2E conference every year, I do believe them because I've won a lot of bets at $500 per spin. So that's a 20 black. If it was rigged, then you would lose the higher bet amounts like in Game King. And I think the reason that happens on Game King is because I think there's a chip in there that controls payouts, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and spin. That's why sometimes when you're playing Game King roulette, you get like 5 zeros in a row and crazy stuff like that. Even not that it can't happen, but I think I saw something on YouTube where it shows that it has some kind of a chip in it that controls payouts. So don't trust your money to the Game King roulette. We have 2 in a row right now, and but Game King roulette is fantastic for cashing out free play. And the reason why is because you can bet as many numbers as you want. So you can almost fill the whole thing up and just win a couple spins and cash out your free play. So use it only for that. And we have 3 in a row now, so it's time to place our bets. We're going to be on first and third for 100 each. And let's spin. We've been patient. And the nice thing is, with $100 a win, you don't have to win every spin. There's another $100 coming our way. We're up $250. And then, you can walk with that $250. And let's go ahead now and keep going, though, and see what happens. So let's keep spinning. And here we go. We got to test this more and more. And that's a 4 black. So, again, when I get there, I go get my free drink and chill and let's keep spinning here and talk to people. Have you don't even have to spin because automated roulette machines automatically spin. And we have 2 in a row right now. Let's spin again. And then once you have your trigger, you go ahead and place your bet. And again, if you lose that first one, you place 2 $250 bets. We still don't have our trigger. But again, you don't have to win on every spin or play every spin because you're winning $100 every time that you win. So let's go ahead and keep spinning, and we'll wait for our moment and then take advantage of it. That is a 36 red, and it doesn't seem like it should work as well as it does. We have 2 in a row right now, but it has worked every time I've tried it this week. So I'm going to keep doing it till it stops working, and that's a 20 black. And we still don't have our 3 in a row, but we're up a lot, so we don't have to bet on every spin. We can just keep waiting. And remember, with the automated, you don't even have to hit the spin. Just sit there and wait for 3 in a row. We have 2 right now. And here we go. And I've had a lot of great conversations with people that have watched the channel while I'm playing. So I've kind of enjoyed it. So let's keep going until we get our 3 in a row again. Even if it doesn't hit again, we still have a fantastic profit and that we can leave with. So let's keep spinning. And here we go. In fact, the other day I was up 300 doing this, and then I went really long without having 3 in a row. So I finally just said, you know what? I'm just going to take my 300 and leave. So we're up 250, and let's keep spinning. And that's okay. You don't have to keep pushing it. When you win and take money from the casino, it's a good day. And let's keep spinning till we get our 3 in a row. And if we don't, we'll just leave with a lot of money that we've already made, and that's a 16 red. Okay, we still don't have it. We're still up $250, so fantastic. Let's keep spinning and see what we get here. That's a 19 red. And we have 2 in a row now, so let's see if we can get a third one here. And again, and that's a 9 red there. So we still don't have it. Let's keep spinning. And this is kind of what happened the other day. I was up a good amount and then didn't hit, and then I eventually walked with the profit and didn't even spin again. Okay, let's go ahead and keep spinning. And here we go. Let's see what we get. That's an 8 black. Okay, we still don't have it, so let's keep spinning away. And but again, just enjoy yourself and relax and have a free drink until you need to make your play. And there's 2 in a row. Let's go ahead and spin. It's still a lot less waiting than the people that are sitting in the sport book watching the games. I think we have our 3 in a row now. So now we're going to place 100 on second 12, 100 on third 12, and spin. And again, if you lose this, you put $250 on each. That's your $700 bankroll, and that's a 36 red. And I just keep winning with this at the casino. And now we're up $350, and I'm going to keep doing this until I start losing. And the nice thing is, if you lose your bankroll, it's only $700. So even if you come back the next time, you'll probably win half of that back already. So let's go ahead and keep spinning till we have 3 in a row again. And just doing fantastic with No Boss Roulette, and that's a 4 black. Okay, and we'll keep spinning until we have 3 in a row. Then we'll get to that new system of the day, and I can't wait to share that with you. So that's coming up. Don't miss that one, and looks fantastic. So here we go. All right, that's a 29 black. And there's 2 in a row of a third 12, so let's spin again. And let's see what we get here. Okay, there's 3 in a row, so it's time to bet again. That's our trigger, so let's place on first and second 12, 100 each. And sometimes you lose this about maybe 20% of the time, and then you go to the next one, and then you win on the 250 bets. But we won again, and again, I just keep winning with this in the casino. We're already up $450. Let's just start spinning again. And I love how you miss out on a lot of bad stuff waiting, like I said before. And let's see, that's a 30 red there. Let's keep spinning. And I also, again, like I said before, I wait for a situation in the history before I start where I would have lost my bankroll. So that would be 5 in a row of a dozen. So usually when you get up there, though, there's at least one occurrence of that. And I like to see that it's happened before I get started so that, hopefully it won't happen again really soon. And I know the wheel has no memory, but this seems to work for me, and at least so far, and I'm really enjoying it. So there's 2 in a row. Let's go ahead and spin. And let's see what we get here. That's a 14 red. Okay, we still don't have it, so let's spin again. And let me know down in the comments if you win more on automated roulette if you place your bet at the very end, right before it cuts you off. Let's go ahead and spin. And it seems like when you're playing automated roulette and you rebet the same thing every time and you instantly bet as soon as it lets you, you lose more. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of that. And there's our 3 in a row. It's time to bet again. We'll go to first and third and spin. And I'm just kind of superstitious about that, so I don't place my bet till the last 5 seconds. And just in case the computer can sense what people bet. And we lost that one, so we're going to bet $250 on each. And again, if you lose, all your bankroll is $700. And a lot of times, but if you keep playing like we're doing here instead of cashing out, then you're already up half that when you lose. So let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. Okay, so we lost our $750. So if that happens, we're at minus $250, and we just keep going with it. And we can still go right now. So if you still have, if you're in this situation and you have 5, then I would bet $250 again. So let's do that. Because it's still going on. So let's see if we can get a win here. And the other thing to remember, and we hit a 0, of course, which is not the best. So let's just do another 250. We're at minus 750. And that was our bankroll on this one. So I guess technically we should stop right there. We're almost at the 15-minute mark anyway. But here's the deal. I cash out when I'm up $250 to $300 every single time I do it. We could have easily done that. This is not a system that you probably want to keep playing. But I test all these systems for 15 minutes, so we kept going. But when I've been winning with this at the casino this week, I've been just getting up $250 to $300 and cashing out and not continuing on with it. And a lot of times you can do that in less than 15 or 20 minutes. So even though you're waiting, you can still make it pretty quickly. And remember too, we couldn't do it because we're using the simulation today. But when you're playing on the automated roulette machine, make sure there's an occurrence where you would have lost. For instance, if you had seen this in the history in your last 50, where there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you lost, there would be 6 in a row that you would have lost if you had bet that way. Make sure there's an occurrence of that before you get started. At least that's what I've been doing. So let me know what you guys think of all that down in the comments. And now it is time for the incredible new roulette system of the day. So let's jump right into it and get started. And here we go. All right, the time is finally here for Warrior Roulette. I can't wait to share this with you. So let's just place the bets and get started. This was sent in by one of my subscribers, Chris. And we're going to start with a $30 bet on red. And then we're going to start with a $20 bet on the second column. We had a system recently where we bet on the same column that had the most numbers that had the color, red or black. This one's totally different. And we're going to be betting on the one that doesn't have the red numbers because that covers more numbers, because now we have all these black numbers covered, the 2, the 8, the 11, 17, 20, 26, 29, 35. Plus, we have all the red numbers covered, and let's talk about the jackpots, 5, 14, 23, and 32. And let's go ahead and spin, and let's get started and start making some money. This one looks fantastic, and that's a 25 red. Okay, that's a $10 win, and we'll take it. Again, all the red numbers are covered, plus all the black numbers in the second column. So that is awesome, and let's make some money with this incredible new roulette system. That's a 36 red, and that's a $10 win. We're up 20. Let's rebet and spin, and here we go. That's an 11 black. That's a $10 win. All right, we're up 30. Let's rebet and spin, and here we go. And you don't have to choose red in second column. You can also choose black and third column. And we're going to do that when there's more black numbers, when there's been a lot of black numbers. So let's go ahead now. And we lost that last one. So we're going to go ahead and double our bet up from 50 to 100 and spin. And we have a lot of numbers covered, so we should get a win here pretty soon. That's a 6 black. But we lost it all, so we're going to have to double up again. But think about this. We have all the red numbers covered, which is 18 plus. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those black numbers covered in the second column. So we have 26 numbers covered. So I think we can get a win here with a $200 total bet. Let's do it. That's an 8 black. That's a nice $40 win there. So we're at minus 80, and we're going to go ahead and the reason that wasn't huge is because it was black, but it was still a win. It was a nice $40 win. We're going to keep the bet the same and spin again. Maybe next time we'll get one of those jackpot numbers in there, and that's a 27 red. That's a nice $40 win. We're at minus 40. We're just going to rebet and spin, and those jackpot numbers are looming there in the second column, and that is a 5 red, and that is one of those jackpots. That's a $280 win. We're at $240 now. When that happens, when you hit a jackpot, you assess which is more red or black, and it looks like we have more red than black, so we're going to choose the color black. And then that always goes with the third column. So we're going to have 30 on black and 20 on third column and spin. Again, this is the opposite of that system we had earlier in the week where we bet on the column with the same color. This one's going to be the opposite. So that's a loss. We're going to double up. from 50 to 100 and spin. Again, we have a lot of numbers covered because we have the everything in the color we're betting on plus the ones in that column that are, let's just go over what they are. So we have all the black numbers plus the 8 red numbers in the third column. So again, 26 numbers covered. Let's go ahead and spin and see if we can get a win right here. Okay, that's an 11 black. That's a good one. That's a $20 win. We're up 230. We'll rebet and spin. And now we have those huge jackpot numbers that are black numbers in the third column. And that's a 6 black. And that's one of them. That's a $140 win. So now we're up $370. Let's assess whether we have more red or black now. And obviously there's more black numbers in the last 9 spins. So we're going to be picking the opposite color, which is red for 30. And then every time we're on red with this one, we have the $20 bet on second column. And let's go ahead and spin. We're absolutely cleaning up with this right now. Let's see if this continues. And that's a 15 black. Okay, we lost. We're going to go ahead and double up. We're going to go from 50 to 100 and spin. And the reason we're able to double instead of just going up a unit is because we have 26 numbers covered. That's a 27 there. So we're going to get a lot of wins. Let's just rebet and spin. See if we can get a win right here. Okay, that's a 3 red. That's another $20 win. So we can go ahead and reset now. We're up 360. However, if you don't hit a jackpot and you get to session profit, then you just go back to where the bets were before. So you leave them in the same spot, but you just go back to your original $50 bet. So again, that's 20 on the column and 30 on the color. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. All right, that's a 14 red. There's a jackpot. Now we switch. So we're at $430. And do we have more red or black? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 black. Well, it's the same. So we can either we can choose at that point. We're at $430. Let's go ahead and just switch it. So we'll go black for 30. And then we'll go $20 bet on third column. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. And again, the reason we're doing the opposite this time around is so we have more number coverage. That's a 26 black, and I'll explain that more as we go through. That's a $10 win. We're up 440. So if we were going to bet on the same color as the column with all of that color, we would have far less numbers covered. We'd have 18 plus 4 instead of 18 plus 8, if that makes sense. And let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about that. But that's a 7 red. Okay, we lost. So we're going to go ahead and double up from 50 to 100 and spin. And let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 2 black. All right, that's a $20 win. We're up 410. Let's rebet and spin and see if we can get another win here. That's a 13 black. Fantastic. Okay, we can go ahead and go back to base level now. We're up 430. But we're going to stay on the same colors and columns. So we just go back to a $50 bet where we started and spin again. We're only checking out what we're betting on when we hit jackpot. So that's a 13 black. That's a $10 win, and we're at 440. And the reason we're getting so many wins is because we do have 26 numbers covered. And here we go. That's an 18 red. Okay, $10 win. We're at 450. Let's rebet and spin. Again, we're on third column and black, which I know are kind of opposites because there's all those red numbers in the third column. But that's why there's so many numbers covered, and we're at 460. If that had been a black number in the third column, that would have been huge. But we'll take any win we can get. We're doing fantastic with this one, and that's a 3 red. Another nice win. We're at 470. Let's rebet and spin, and you never know. Maybe we'll get one of those black numbers in the third column. Let's find out. That's a 29 black. Another $10 win, though. We'll keep taking those. We're at $480. And here we go. Fantastic profit so far with this Warrior Roulette system. And that's a 1 red, and we lost, so we'll double up. And the reason we're able to double up again is because we have 26 numbers covered. So we're not going to have to go that long without winning because we do have nice coverage. Okay, we lost again, so we're going to double up again. We would not be doubling up if we had less numbers covered. But we do have a lot of numbers covered, so we should get a win fairly soon. That's a nice $40 win. We're up 370. We're just going to rebet and spin and see if we can get closer to session profit before resetting. And that's a 0. We don't like that. So again, we'll have to double up again, and that's not good. So we're going to go to 400, but this is a $2,000 bankroll system. We got plenty of money, and you can also play this with a $200 bankroll in dollar units. That's a nice $80 win, and let's see where we're at now. We're up 250. We're just going to rebet and spin and be patient here and use our bankroll to our advantage. So let's see what we get on this one. That's a 20 black. Okay, that's a nice $80 win. We're up 330. We'll just rebet and spin. And let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. And we keep hitting the black. That's another nice $80 win. We're up 410. And it's time to reset. So we're going to keep, we didn't hit a jackpot. So we're going to put them back where we started at 30 and 20. And spin. And we're just absolutely cleaning up with this Warrior Roulette system. And that's a 35 black. And that's a $10 win. Again, really nice coverage. We're at 420. And here we go. Really, really like this one. And that's a 24 black. Nice $70 win there. We're at 490. And that was a jackpot. So let's assess. We have more black than red. So that means we're going to switch to the color red. And we're going to have 30 on red and 20 on second column. Let's go ahead and spin. And this is fantastic. Here we go. That's a 13 black. Okay, that's a $50 loss. So we're going to double up and spin. And again, systems that have less coverage, you can't double because you might lose a bunch in a row. But when you have a lot of numbers covered, you can usually double because you're probably going to hit it fairly soon. So let's keep it right here and see if we can get another win. And let's see, that's a 30 red. It's a nice $20 win. We're at 480, so we can go back to base level. But again, we don't change. We don't change the bets unless we hit a jackpot. So here we go. We just reduce them back down to where they were, and that's a 3. That's a nice $10 win. I love how many wins we're getting. We're up 490. Just really nice coverage with this system, and it's nice that we have that jackpot potential. That's an 8 black, and that's a nice $10 win. So let's go ahead and keep getting wins. We're at $500. That is just fantastic. And let's see what we get here. That's a 17 black. $10 win there. We'll take it. We're up 510. And man, I just have not felt any stress playing this system. It just feels like we're cruising. And that's a 35 black. Another win. We're up 520. And we still have those amazing jackpot numbers, the red numbers in the second column right now. And that's a 29 black. Okay, awesome. Another $10 win. We're at 530. Now let's see a red number. We'll take a red number anywhere because we know we get a win when we hit red. But that's a 6 black. And we're going to double up. So let's go ahead and do that. 50 to 100 and spin. But again, since we have such nice coverage, we can double because we know we're going to hit fairly soon. And that's a 25 red. So we know that's a win. That's a $20 win. We're at 500. We'll rebet and spin. Try to get closer to session profit so we can dial the bets back down. And that's a 22 black. And that's a loss. So let's double up from 100 to 200. But again, we should hit fairly soon with 26 numbers covered. So here we go. That's a 31 black, but we missed again. So we're going to have to double up again from 200 to 400. And if this is too much for you, you can play dollar units with a $200 bankroll or $5 units and a $1,000 bankroll. This is a $2,000 bankroll, and that's a jackpot. That's a $560 win. Now we're up $760, and And you can see we hit the 32, the red right there in the second column. That is awesome. So then we reassess the colors. There's more black than red, so we're going to go red for 30 and 20 on second column. And boy, that was awesome. Now we're up a ton, and that was a fantastic hit. That is a 3 red there. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're up $770. And let's rebet and spin. All right. That was a lot of fun there. Enjoyed that. And that's an 11 black. Another $10 win. We are up $780. And I am just loving this right now. And hope you guys like this one as well. Let's see what we get here. That's a 30 red. And that's a $10 win. We're up $790. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 10 black. Okay, $50 loss there. We're up $740. We need to double up and spin. And here we go. That's a 0. Okay, we lost that one, so we're going to need to double up again. And a lot of times when catastrophe strikes, zeros are included, but let's hope we get a win here soon. At least it didn't hit the double 0 there. And that's a nice $40 win. So that drops us back to $680 profit, but still really good. And let's see how we finish up here in the last minute. That's a 17 black. That's a nice $40 win. We're up $720. We can go back to base level now, and we'll be at 30 on red, 20 on second column, and let's spin. And we just really enjoyed this so far. This is the Warrior Roulette system by Chris, and that's a $10 win. And we're up $730, and our 15 minutes is up. So let me know down in the comments what you think of Warrior Roulette. That was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed playing it. Definitely one I'm going to be considering using in the casino. And but yeah, let me know what you guys think as always. And remember to send your systems to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. We do this every single day in the search for the best roulette system possible. If you're enjoying the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep growing this community of people that absolutely love roulette like I do. And this is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.